Now it's time for Roundup, and joining me by Skype is Matt Macfie from PGG Wrightson. Now it's time for Roundup, and joining me on Skype is Matt Macfie from PGG Wrightson. Hey Matt, now always front of mind is health and safety in the industry. How's it faring?
Well, it's going very well. I've actually recently appointed myself as the chairperson for our health and safety committee at work. So we're involved on farm every day with farmers and around livestock, and livestock are unpredictable and they are very difficult and can be very dangerous to work with. So we're putting a lot of work in now, getting a team of people from across our business, a range of different people, from within sale yards to stock agents, and making sure that as a livestock division, we're doing all that we can around health and safety to make sure that everybody goes home in the same condition that they came to work in. And we've even gone and renamed it from health and safety internally to health and well-being, because it's something that we think can just connect. There's a lot of tradition in our business. There's a lot of people that have been there a long time. So this is, some of it is meaning that they need to do things in a significantly different way. And we all know what change can be like for people who are very well established in the way they operate. So yeah, look, health and safety for us is top of mind and something that we're working hard to make sure that, along with the rest of our business being real estate and rural supplies, as a livestock team, we are really at the coalface, and you've only got to go to see some of the yards and the yard work with some of the animals and the stroppy animals that we have to deal with that maybe haven't seen a human for a while, and understand the best ways to deal with those. So I'm trying to get people to really load into our online risk manager program really when they get those near misses. So it's hard to sort of get to get humans, I think, to understand what a near miss means. And how valuable it is for us to be able to get as many of those so that we can then really mitigate any risks moving forward. So health and safety, it's big for us as it is for the entire industry. So I'm chairing that committee now, so something that's very close to my heart, making sure everyone goes home in the safe way.
Now, it is a really busy time of the year with a lot of stock movements, and MPI has just announced it's really cracking or ramping things up.
Yeah, it has, and I was just reading through some of the comments on social media about it over the recent little sort of long weekend, and yeah, it's a pretty emotional time for a lot of people. It's all up, it's probably 1,100 farms that are going to be contacted. 300 of those are going to be contacted as a primary source of extreme interest based on tracking movements from earlier, and of those 300, they are thinking maybe another 250 are going to be placed on a nod or a notice of direction, which is really, really big, that's a significant amount of properties to be put on pretty quickly. And then there's an additional 800 farms that are to be contacted. Now, they're going to be contacted, and I was just reading on the government's biosecurity website, they're going to be contacted, and that's around they may have been part of a trace. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they will become anything more serious than perhaps this phone call, but I've spoken to farmers myself firsthand who have received just a phone call, not resulted in anything, but that's an extremely stressful time for farmers. And I think as rural professionals, we need to be really aware of the impact that even a phone call can have on people. When you're only going to look around, I might sort of go into the next topic around the climate. There is a lot of dry areas in New Zealand at the moment, areas that are usually quite nice and green and got plenty of grass on the ground. They are still really dry at the moment. So there's a lot of pressure on farmers, and with 1,100 of them across the country to be contacted around bovis or being part of a possible trace really does add to stress and worry that can come on our farming community. So we need to be really aware of it. But the bovis, it's really ramping up, and I know that farmers out there are doing all that they can to do everything right. But I would like to say that there was just also reading some of the social media comments and around the dairy industry and a little bit on the beef as well. Farmers just need to really make sure that if they are moving stock, if they are going off for winter grazing or doing anything, getting all of that sort of thing sorted out now, they need to make sure that all of their innate movements are recorded correctly, and to do as much as they can so that at least that farmer will know that they have done everything that they have been able to do so that if there's any connection later, you know, they can hold their hand up and say, I've done everything.
Now, changing tack a little bit, you've got a new online offering coming soon. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we have. Look, it's part of it, and it's a wholly owned subsidiary business of PGG Wrightson, but it's called bidr, B-I-D-R. It's an online live auction business that is going to be launched at Field Days in June. But as we move forward through May, we've got a few other controlled auctions that we are doing to make sure that, you know, in this online world, there's always things that you can struggle with, whether it's bandwidth or speed or connectivity, all these things. So we've got a few controlled auctions that the bidr team are running to make sure that all of the bugs are ironed out. But it's really exciting, and it's something that as we move forward in our world around animal welfare, and we talked a little bit about health and safety at the start, there will be a drive from some businesses, and we already have big corporates who don't want to send their animals to sale yards. They want to send them. They want to have all of their farms, all of their sales, on farm, and this online service really enables people to place videos and have still photos and have a live auction. It's literally like a sale yard where the auction takes 60 to 90 seconds, and it's locked, and it'll go through and it's bid, and then it moves on to the next one. So really exciting. So
yeah, and very convenient too.
Yeah,
hey,
it is, and it's been a lot of it now too has been driven by our customers, which is fantastic. So,
yeah, brilliant.
A lot of work has gone into it, and the team at bidr are really excited about bringing it to the market at Field Days in the middle of June.
Our thanks again to Matt Macfie for joining us on Roundup. And now, just before the break, our usual check on the currency.